Hello guys. So today I was minding my own business, driving through town, and suddenly I looked over to my local Toyota dealer here in Minot, North Dakota, and what did they have in their parking lot? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2020 Toyota Supra. As you would well remember, this car went out of production in 1998. That's when they sold the last uh, production vehicles, Supras, in the United States. That year, they sold just a grand total of 24 vehicles. And Q forward 2019, the Supra is back. And ladies and gentlemen, I have to be honest with you on this one. The new Supra looks sweet and promises to be to check all the boxes that Supra fans have loved all these years. So for the starters, I just love the overall design. Looks beautiful, and the MSRP you can see right there is about $55,000. This particular one is a launch edition. They're gonna be very limited in number. You can see the red rear view mirror cover over there. That's specific for the launch edition. I'm sure aftermarket producers will be able to come up with something to mimic that same look. So there we have the highway and city driving fuel consumption. Again, I go back to the manufacturer's list, which is posted there, and you can see that this particular one goes for about $57,000 as it sits on the lot. This particular car had not been prepped yet to hit the showroom floor. You can see it still has a lot of plastic and the seats are still covered. All of those will be removed, and then the car will be detailed, and then customers can stop by and take a look. What really struck me with this car was just the sheer beauty, some of the attention to detail. You can see the size of the tires there. They almost look like they're the same size. I'm not very sure they are staggered. I took pictures of both, but I haven't had time to compare. So this is just a long shot for you to see the exterior detail. All those little scoops you see on the body, they are not real. It's just a little bit of plastic covering those. However, I understand that you can pop out the plastic, and aftermarket vendors can actually sell items that you can fit in there to direct the airflow and actually make those become active. So these are just general shots to take a look at the car. The sticker you see on the top, I would say passenger side of the windshield, states that this vehicle was produced in an Austrian city called Graz, and that's where all of these are produced alongside the BMW Force Z4, Z4, for depends on where you looking watching. Another thing I noticed about this, if you look at the roof line, it's kind of like the new Prius, where on both the driver and passenger side, the roof is just a little bit taller, gives you a little bit more headroom. I think the Ford GT also has that feature. Prius Prime definitely has that. You can see the roof. So that's quite an interesting feature I noticed on this vehicle. Coming back, I just love the flow of the lines. You have the Supra name right there. The exhaust pipes on the rear, they were on both sides, one on each side. They look superb, fantastic. Even with this low light, I really enjoyed them. And then in the back, like you have those supercars that have lights where you're supposed to have if you were ever going to put a hitch right there, you have those LED lights. It looks super cool. And then close on either side of that light, you will notice there's some spoilers down there. You can see the fins on the spoilers. Kind of hard to see here. It's dark, and then they're also in a darker color. There's a rear view camera underneath right there. That's what I'm focusing on right now. That's a camera. And then you have the GR. So you have three trims of this Toyota Supra. You have the SZ, you have the SZR, and then this is the GR, which is one of the two trims available in the United States. Launch edition, it has two power plants available. You have a 2-cylinder, and then you have the 2.0 liter, and then you have the 3.0 liter. US spec models will be the 3.0 liter. So that's just another shot of the wheel. Not very clear. Again, I saw this vehicle late at night. It was almost midnight, and I just could not resist. I had to stop and do a second take. You have the door handle. That plastic trim, it looks beautiful, but it's not functional right now. And I understand you could possibly in the future get aftermarket parts and make that become active. Final price on this particular unit goes to about 57,000, and you can see the long list of standard equipment on this launch edition 2020 Toyota Supra. Very long list. All of that comes in standard. This uses a gearbox from ZF. ZF, as you know, is that very famous German company that builds transmissions. ZF Friedrichshafen, I believe that's what it's called, a full appellation. They produce the ZF8. This transmission unit is used in many high-end vehicles, including the SUV that you have from Lamborghini. So it's a very, very, very highly respected and performant transmission. So we take a look around. You can see the detail that you have on that rear view mirror cover. There's some kind of indicator there. Take a peek at the dash. Like I said, this is manufactured alongside the BMW Z4. So the interior basically is a Z4 interior with Toyota badging. Hope BMW has greatly improved. You know, there was one time in their history when they had they were going towards organic cabling and cable coverings, and that turned out to be a very, very bad deal. So I hope all of that has been improved and validated by Toyota before using any of those famously complicated and over-engineered German components on this vehicle. So you can see on there you have a couple of sensors for adaptive cruise control and all whatnot, emergency braking. This vehicle actually has like if you're backing the vehicle up and then you have somebody trying to cross behind you, a kid, a pet, then the vehicle will actually stop itself. I think it's called blind spot monitoring. You have 6 LEDs for the headlight, 3 on each side. I did not see a forward camera, but you do have parking sensors up front. Beautiful spoiler up front. The vents, most of them are closed, and depending on how much power you wanna or how much you wanna tune your Supra, then the manufacturer or whoever is doing your tune will open up your front grille as needed. So take a look inside. I love the color of the seats. It's just so gorgeous. This one is still wrapped in its factory covering. I believe they just dropped it off tonight after hours, and it's sitting right there in front of the showroom. So the interior, sorry about the dark shot guys, but it basically replicates a BMW Z4. Love the flowing lines. This looks like totally looks like a supercar, and it has the numbers to prove it. Acceleration 0 to 60 miles per hour per Toyota is at about 4.1 seconds, but I understand that some magazines have been able to beat that number and have about 3.8 seconds, 0 to 60 times. So here is a sneak peek. Hopefully I should be able to return when they are during business hours and actually have a better video. Thanks for watching, and if you want more content, don't forget to subscribe.